Have you ever thought about how masturbating might affect your health as you get older? As we age, it's essential to prioritize our well-being, as certain habits that felt harmless in our youth may lead to unforeseen challenges down the road. If you're over 65, it's important to be aware that a certain habit, which many people consider to be natural and harmless, might actually pose a significant risk to your health. In this video, we're exploring an important yet often overlooked topic: the potential effects of frequent masturbation after the age of 65. Join us as we discuss how it may impact your body and overall well-being in ways you might not expect. It's important to recognize that this is a natural part of life. Recent conversations among health professionals highlight that, in some instances, it can lead to physical and mental health issues that many seniors may face without understanding the underlying reasons. Stick with me until the very end, as what you discover today could truly transform your perspective on health. We will take a closer look at how this habit truly influences your heart, nervous system, and cognitive function. You'll discover its subtle effects on your energy levels, mood stability, and even your long-term cardiovascular health. By the end of this video, you'll gain valuable insights into the processes occurring within your body, equipping you to make thoughtful choices regarding your health and well-being. Before we dive in, I encourage you to subscribe and activate the bell notification. This way, you won't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. If you like this video, we'd love for you to share your thoughts by typing 1 in the comments. If you have any feedback, feel free to type 0 in the comments. Your input helps me create better videos for you. Let's dive in and begin our journey together. First and foremost, unforeseen pressure on the cardiovascular system. It's important to consider the potential effects of frequent masturbation after the age of 65, particularly regarding heart health and overall cardiovascular well-being. This is an aspect that often doesn't receive the attention it deserves. Although this activity might appear to have no connection to heart function, it's important to recognize that any exercise that raises heart rate and blood pressure, particularly in brief, intense intervals, can unexpectedly challenge an aging cardiovascular system. For younger individuals who have strong and elastic arteries, this may not pose a significant concern. For older adults, it's important to recognize that blood vessels can lose flexibility as time goes on. This change can sometimes result in a sudden rise in heart rate, which may lead to irregularities, dizziness, or an increased risk of cardiac episodes. Staying informed about these changes can help in managing health effectively. Reflect on your most recent experience with light exercise, such as taking the stairs or carrying your groceries. It's a great way to incorporate movement into your day. It's likely that you've observed your heart putting in a bit more effort, your breathing adjusting, and maybe even experiencing a touch of fatigue. Now picture experiencing that same physical reaction during a moment of intense but brief activity, but this time you're caught off guard. It's important to recognize that your body may not experience the gradual warm-up or pacing that comes with intentional exercise. This can lead to a more sudden increase in heart rate than you might expect. It's important to understand that this sudden cardiovascular stress can lead to feelings of lightheadedness, fatigue, or even irregular heart rhythms in some older adults. Being aware of these symptoms can help in managing health effectively. Consider the example of William, a 72-year-old retired engineer. William had always viewed himself as quite healthy, successfully managing his diet and keeping active. He began to notice that after engaging in certain private activities, he experienced an unusual tightness in his chest and felt more out of breath than normal. Initially, he dismissed it, but after experiencing a notably uncomfortable episode, he chose to bring it up with his doctor during a routine checkup. His physician kindly explained that these symptoms are quite common in men of his age, particularly for those with a background of high blood pressure or minor heart concerns. This information can be reassuring and helps to understand what he might be experiencing. William's doctor suggested that he should be more mindful of his body's signals and take care not to push himself too hard, especially in ways that his heart may not be ready for. It's important for him to listen to his body and make adjustments as needed. This is an opportunity to cultivate awareness rather than letting fear take the lead. It's important for seniors to understand how their body's response to this activity evolves as they age. As we age, it's natural for recovery time after any physical activity to increase. This is a normal part of the aging process. the heart muscles and blood vessels may take a bit longer to recover than they used to. Jumping into physical activity without proper preparation can be more challenging than you might think. It's important to recognize that while occasional activity is generally safe, engaging in frequent or intense exercise can put a strain on an aging cardiovascular system, often without you being aware of it. If you've experienced sudden fatigue, dizziness, or mild chest discomfort after this habit, it's important to take note of these feelings. Listening to your body is essential, and being aware of these signals can significantly help in reducing unnecessary stress on your heart. One interesting effect that isn't often discussed is how frequent masturbation can contribute to nervous system fatigue. This can leave you feeling drained, sluggish, and even mentally foggy at times. The human body depends on a careful balance of energy, hormones, and neurological signals to work at its best. And as we grow older, this balance can become more delicate. Although this activity may seem like a great way to relieve stress in the moment, it can lead to long-term fatigue, leaving you feeling more tired during the day without fully realizing the cause. Consider this analogy: your nervous system functions much like a battery. Every action you take, whether it's engaging in physical activity, processing emotions, or concentrating mentally, draws energy from this battery. In your younger years, your energy levels seem to recharge rapidly, allowing you to manage higher levels of stimulation with ease and minimal impact. As you grow older, you may notice that your body takes a bit longer to restore that energy. What once felt like a straightforward way to unwind in your younger days may now be more challenging for your nervous system, resulting in longer stretches of fatigue, sluggishness, or even trouble focusing. Think about the journey of someone like Richard, a 69-year-old retired teacher. Richard began to realize that he was feeling unusually tired during the day. He often found himself lacking energy in the mornings and needing several naps to manage his daily activities. He had always thought that fatigue was simply a natural part of getting older, but after reducing some of his habits for a few weeks, he was pleasantly surprised to discover that his energy levels had significantly improved. He experienced increased alertness and focus, and he even observed an improvement in the quality of his sleep. It became evident that overusing certain bodily systems can lead to depletion. By recognizing this, he was able to make adjustments that positively impacted his overall well-being. This occurs mainly due to neurotransmitters, the small chemical messengers in your brain that play a crucial role in regulating mood, motivation, and energy. Engaging in activities that promote the release of dopamine can be particularly beneficial. The brain's pleasure and reward chemical can certainly bring joy in the moment, but it's important to be mindful, as too much stimulation can result in what is known as dopamine burnout. Over time, your brain may become less responsive to pleasure, which can result in feelings of lethargy, reduced motivation, and even some mild depressive symptoms. It's important to recognize these changes and consider ways to address them. During our younger years, the brain shows remarkable resilience, allowing it to recover swiftly from these changes. As we grow older, it's important to recognize that the nervous system may take a bit more time to recover. Some older adults who frequently engage in this habit often share that they feel more sluggish than they did in the past. It's about finding a balance and making adjustments along the way. It's important to recognize how your body's limits evolve and to make choices that support your energy levels instead of draining them. If you've experienced unexpected fatigue, a dip in motivation, or trouble focusing without a clear reason, it might be worth reflecting on whether this habit could be influencing those feelings. By tuning into your frequency and observing your body's reactions, you may find a significant improvement in your daily energy levels. If you're still enjoying this video and finding the insights helpful, I would love for you to comment number 2 below to show me you're with me on this journey. Your feedback is invaluable in helping me provide you with the information that truly matters to you. Thirdly, you may experience disrupted sleep patterns and a rise in restlessness. One important aspect that is often overlooked regarding frequent masturbation in older adults is how it can affect sleep quality. It's a common belief that adopting this habit before bedtime can promote relaxation and make it easier to drift off to sleep. As we grow older, it's important to recognize that our perspectives and realities can shift significantly from our younger years. Rather than promoting deep, restful sleep, it may lead to nighttime restlessness, frequent awakenings, and a general sense of not feeling well rested the following morning. Sleep is a fascinating process influenced by a variety of factors, including hormones, brain activity, and the regulation of the nervous system. Understanding these interactions can help us appreciate the importance of a good night's rest. Melatonin plays a vital role in this process, acting as the hormone that signals to your body when it's time to relax and get some rest. It's important to be mindful that participating in activities that boost dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward, can impact melatonin production. This may make it more challenging for your body to shift into a restful state. Some individuals may notice that even though they feel relaxed right after, they might still find themselves tossing and turning later in the night. Think about someone like Gerald, a 74-year-old retiree who has always taken pride in being an early riser. However, in recent years, he began to observe a pattern that was quite frustrating. He would drift off to sleep quite easily, but he often found himself waking up several times during the night. Despite his efforts to tweak his bedtime routine, he still found himself waking up feeling groggy and unrest. It was through reading about the interaction between dopamine and melatonin that he discovered the connection. With a few simple changes to his bedtime routine, Gerald found that he could enjoy deeper sleep and wake up feeling revitalized instead of tired. It's important to recognize how this habit can impact your nervous system, especially as you prepare for sleep. Being aware of this can help you make more mindful choices for a restful night. Many seniors face challenges such as restless leg syndrome, nighttime muscle cramps, or general sleep disturbances as they age. When the nervous system is overstimulated, particularly in the evening, it can be challenging to achieve complete relaxation. This often results in light, fragmented sleep instead of the deep, restorative sleep that our bodies require to function at their best. Understanding the significance of good sleep is essential, as inadequate rest can lead to more than just feelings of fatigue the following day. It positively contributes to your overall health over time. Research indicates that ongoing sleep disturbances in older adults can lead to heightened inflammation, an increased likelihood of memory decline, and a compromised immune system. When the body lacks sufficient deep sleep, it faces challenges in repairing itself, which can impact mental clarity, physical strength, and emotional health. If you've been struggling with poor sleep, waking up often during the night, or feeling tired in the mornings, it might be helpful to think about how this habit could be affecting you. Making small adjustments, like changing the timing or frequency, can greatly enhance your sleep quality and support your body's recovery process. Fourthly, there is a heightened risk of prostate irritation and potential urinary concerns. One of the surprising effects of regular masturbation in older adults is its possible influence on prostate health. It's a common belief among men that staying active in this area ensures everything runs smoothly. However, as we grow older, our bodies can respond in unexpected ways. For some individuals, excessive use may result in increased sensitivity of the prostate, mild inflammation, and a greater likelihood of experiencing urinary discomfort that may not have been a concern in younger years. As men grow older, it's common for the prostate to naturally enlarge, a condition referred to as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. This enlargement may occasionally put pressure on the bladder, which can make it more challenging to completely empty it. As a result, you might experience more frequent urges to urinate, particularly during the night. When this area experiences too much stimulation, the nearby muscles and tissues may become irritated, which can lead to a heightened sensation of needing to use the bathroom more frequently. Many men may notice that after frequently engaging in this habit, they might experience a temporary sensation of tightness, a reduced urine stream, or even a slight burning sensation. It's important to be aware of these changes and consider them as part of your overall health. It's important to stay mindful of this, as it may not always be a serious issue, but if these symptoms begin to affect your daily comfort, it's definitely something to consider. Consider someone like Leonard, a 71-year-old retired construction worker. Leonard had not experienced significant urinary issues in the past, but he began to notice that he was waking up more frequently at night to use the bathroom. Initially, he believed it was simply a normal aspect of getting older. However, after a conversation with his doctor, he discovered that overstimulation of the prostate can occasionally exacerbate these symptoms, leading to a temporary rise in inflammation and sensitivity. His doctor suggested that he take a break from frequent activity to monitor any improvements in his symptoms. After a couple of weeks, He noticed that his nighttime trips to the bathroom became less frequent, and he felt more comfortable overall. It's important to consider how regular stimulation can impact the pelvic floor muscles. The pelvic floor plays a crucial role in supporting bladder control, and it's important to recognize that these muscles can naturally weaken as we age. When feeling overstimulated, it's common to experience fatigue, which can result in occasional leaking, sudden urges, or challenges in maintaining full control. Although it may not be immediately apparent, this can lead to a gradual decrease in urinary function over time. For men who are facing mild urinary issues, this information is particularly valuable. If you've been experiencing a heightened sense of urgency, occasional dribbling, or challenges in completely emptying your bladder, it may be helpful to reflect on whether frequent stimulation could be playing a role in these issues. Making small adjustments, like reducing frequency or adding pelvic floor exercises, can greatly support your urinary health and ease any unnecessary strain on the prostate. You're taking a positive step towards better well-being. If any of this resonates with you, I encourage you to take a moment to tune in to what your body is communicating. It's important to prioritize your comfort and well-being, and remember that even small changes can lead to significant improvements. If you're still enjoying this video and finding the insights helpful, I would love for you to comment number 4 below to let me know you're with me. Your feedback is invaluable in helping me offer information that enhances your health and overall quality of life. Number 5, hormonal imbalance and mood swings. Another interesting effect of frequent masturbation after 65 is its potential influence on hormone balance and overall mood. It's important to understand that this activity is connected to the release of essential hormones that play a significant role in managing energy levels, emotional balance, and cognitive abilities. Although it may seem like a quick way to relieve stress, participating in it too frequently can cause subtle yet important hormonal changes. These fluctuations might leave you feeling emotionally unbalanced, irritable, or a bit low in the days that follow. Hormones such as testosterone, dopamine, and oxytocin significantly influence our daily emotions and overall well-being. Engaging in this activity brings a delightful surge of dopamine, the neurotransmitter that plays a key role in our feelings of pleasure and motivation. It's important to be mindful of how often we engage in certain activities, as frequent overuse can result in dopamine depletion. This condition can diminish your brain's sensitivity to this essential chemical. As time goes on, you might find that everyday activities become less enjoyable. This can create a cycle where you need increasingly more stimulation to feel the same level of satisfaction. Many men may encounter feelings of unmotivation, frustration, or even mild depressive symptoms, often without understanding the underlying reasons. Consider someone like Edward, a 68-year-old former accountant who has consistently approached life with a calm demeanor and an optimistic outlook. Over the past year, he began to notice some unexpected mood swings one day. He experienced moments of energy and focus, followed by times when he felt sluggish and easily irritated. It was only when he paused to reflect on his daily habits that he discovered the important connection. By implementing some adjustments and spreading out the frequency of this activity, he observed a positive shift in his mood, a more steady level of energy, and a significant reduction in the emotional ups and downs that had begun to affect his daily life. Another important aspect to consider is the regulation of testosterone. As younger men typically have higher levels of this hormone, it's important to note that production naturally decreases as they age. It's important to be aware that frequent stimulation can occasionally result in temporary decreases in testosterone levels. This may lead to feelings of fatigue, a dip in motivation, and even slight changes in muscle tone. Understanding these effects can help you manage your energy and well-being more effectively. Research indicates that an overproduction of specific hormones, such as prolactin, may lead to a decrease in testosterone levels. This can result in men experiencing lower energy levels and increased emotional fluctuations. It's important to recognize that not all activity is negative. In fact, quite the opposite is true. Finding balance is essential. If you've been feeling a bit emotionally off balance, finding it hard to stay motivated, or noticing some changes in your mood, it could be helpful to think about whether hormonal fluctuations might be influencing how you feel. Allowing your body some extra time to reset between moments of stimulation can support a natural hormone balance, which may lead to more consistent energy levels and an improved sense of well-being. Many people go through emotional ups and downs without a clear explanation, and it's completely normal to feel this way. It's common for many seniors to experience these changes without fully understanding what might be causing them. Making small adjustments can truly enhance your daily experience and overall well-being. Number 6, consider ways to reduce sensitivity and gradually lessen pleasure over time. It's important to be aware that frequent masturbation after the age of 65 can lead to a gradual decrease in sensitivity, which may make it more challenging to experience the same level of pleasure as before. It's a common belief that this activity offers significant benefits, supporting both function and circulation effectively. It's important to recognize that overstimulation, particularly when it becomes a regular aspect of our daily lives, can lead to desensitization. This means that our bodies may respond less intensely than they used to. The human nervous system has a remarkable ability to adjust and respond to repeated stimuli over time. When a particular type of stimulation happens frequently, nerve receptors may start to respond less effectively. This means that stronger or longer stimulation might be needed to reach the same effect. Some older adults may find that the sensations they once cherished don't feel as intense as they did before, or that it requires more effort and time to achieve the same level of satisfaction. Sometimes, this shift can lead to feelings of frustration, as activities that once felt effortless may now demand more attention and effort. Consider the story of Robert, a 73-year-old who once made his living as a musician. Robert had always embraced an active lifestyle and felt that maintaining some of his cherished habits from his younger years was perfectly fine. However, as time went on, he began to observe a gentle yet unmistakable change. What used to come easily now takes a bit more time, and the feelings aren't quite as familiar as they once were. Initially, he attributed it to the natural process of aging. However, after listening to others who had faced similar situations, he came to understand that excessive stimulation had contributed to his experience. By making some adjustments to his habits and giving his body the necessary time to reset, he found that his overall sensitivity improved. This change made the experience feel more natural and enjoyable once again. Another important aspect to consider is nerve fatigue. Just like any other part of your body, the nerve endings that help you feel can become overstimulated if they're exposed to the same repetitive activity too often. It's important to be mindful of this to maintain your overall comfort and well-being. This may lead to a less vibrant effect, causing responses to feel less impactful than they used to be. Moreover, when there is an excessive release of dopamine, particularly in quick bursts, it can change the way the brain experiences pleasure. This may result in a diminished capacity to feel excitement or anticipation in various aspects of life. It's great to know that this process can often be reversed. Allowing your body ample time to recover between moments of stimulation can lead to an improvement in natural sensitivity for many individuals over time. This is about finding a balanced approach. It's important to grasp how to keep balance in your life, ensuring that your experiences stay enjoyable and don't turn into sources of frustration. If you've noticed that things seem different than they once were, or that it requires more effort to navigate through them, remember that you're not alone in feeling this way. It's common for many to go through this change without understanding what triggers it, but making a few small adjustments can truly lead to meaningful improvements. If you're still enjoying this video and finding the insights helpful, I would love for you to comment number 6 below to let me know you're with me. Your involvement truly motivates me to keep creating content that nurtures your well-being. Number 7. Enhance the experience of loneliness and emotional disconnection. It's important to consider how frequent masturbation in older adults can affect emotional well-being and social connections, as this aspect is often overlooked. Although this activity may appear to be a simple method for relieving stress or filling time, relying on it too much can lead to feelings of isolation, loneliness, and a disconnect from meaningful relationships. People naturally seek out connections with one another. Building emotional intimacy, engaging in physical touch, and fostering deep personal interactions are essential for enhancing overall happiness and supporting mental health. When masturbation serves as a main source of comfort or stress relief, it may gently diminish the desire to pursue genuine social interactions. As time goes on, you might notice a growing sense of disconnection from those around you. This can make social interactions feel less rewarding or even seem unimportant. Think about someone like James, a 75-year-old widower. After the loss of his wife, James began to spend more time by himself, embracing routines that brought him a sense of familiarity and comfort. As time went on, he realized that he hadn't been connecting with his friends as frequently as he used to. Even when he did engage, socializing seemed more like a duty rather than something he truly wanted to do. At first, he didn't quite see the connection, but over time, he came to understand that his tendency to seek comfort in solitary activities was quietly contributing to his feelings of isolation. When he actively sought to balance his personal time with social activities, like joining a local group, attending community events, or reconnecting with old friends, he discovered a noticeable improvement in his overall mood, and the feelings of loneliness became much more manageable. Emotional detachment is a process that takes time and doesn't occur all at once. It's a gradual change, one that may not be immediately apparent until the feelings of isolation start to stand out more clearly. The brain develops habits through reward cycles, and when an easy source of comfort is at hand, it can occasionally diminish our drive to pursue deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Some older adults may not notice that certain habits are contributing to their increased time spent alone. Understanding this can be an important step towards making positive changes. It's important to think about the psychological side as well, as connecting with others in meaningful ways can be very beneficial. Engaging in a conversation, sharing experiences, or even something as simple as a handshake or a hug can trigger the release of oxytocin, a hormone that plays a vital role in bonding and emotional connection. As social interactions become less frequent, it's important to recognize that oxytocin levels may drop. This change can lead to feelings of loneliness and might even result in mild depressive symptoms. Understanding this connection can help us prioritize our social well-being. If you've ever felt a bit more alone than you'd prefer, or if socializing seems less fulfilling than it once did, it might be helpful to take a moment to consider how certain habits could be influencing those emotions. By making small adjustments like setting aside dedicated time for social activities, reconnecting with old friends, or diving into hobbies that foster human connection, you can effectively restore a sense of balance and fulfillment in your life. If this insight speaks to you, I encourage you to take a moment to think about your own experiences. Building social connections is a vital and effective way to support our emotional well-being as we grow older. Even the smallest changes can lead to significant and lasting effects. Number 8 highlights the potential for pelvic floor weakness and bladder control challenges. It's important to be aware of these risks. It's important to be aware that frequent masturbation in older adults can have some lesser-known effects, particularly regarding pelvic floor strength and bladder control. Understanding these potential impacts can help in making informed choices about sexual health. It's a common misconception that pelvic health is only relevant for younger individuals or those healing from medical issues. In reality, as we grow older, the muscles that support the bladder, prostate, and lower abdomen can naturally weaken, affecting everyone. With time, putting too much strain on this area, particularly when done often or with high intensity, can lead to pelvic floor fatigue. This may result in some subtle yet bothersome changes in bladder function. The pelvic floor plays a crucial role in helping you maintain good bladder control, providing support for your internal organs, and ensuring stability in your lower body. Understanding its importance can empower you to take better care of your health. As these muscles become weaker, you may notice an increase in urgency, occasional leakage, or challenges in completely emptying the bladder. It's important to be aware of these changes and seek support if needed. It's common for seniors to think that these changes are simply a natural part of aging. However, it's important to recognize that some habits may be unintentionally making the situation worse. Think about someone like Harold, a 70-year-old retired mechanic. Harold had always enjoyed good health, but recently he began to notice that he was visiting the bathroom more often, particularly during the night. He came to understand that he occasionally experienced a small sense of losing control when he sneezed or laughed, a feeling that was new to him. After exploring the link between pelvic floor health and frequent stimulation, he made the thoughtful decision to cut back on frequency and include some easy pelvic exercises in his daily routine. In just a few weeks, he observed a significant change. His sense of urgency diminished, and he experienced a greater sense of control during the day. This issue occurs more frequently than most people might think. It's important to remember that just like any other muscle group, the pelvic muscles need adequate recovery time. Overusing them can result in fatigue, so be sure to listen to your body and allow for rest when needed. Just like pushing your arms or legs too hard without giving them a break can lead to soreness and lessen your strength, putting too much strain on the pelvic area can result in temporary tightness, discomfort, or a decreased ability to maintain full control. It's important to listen to your body and allow for recovery. Nerve sensitivity is another key aspect to consider. The nerves in the pelvic area are essential for managing bladder function effectively. When experiencing overstimulation, the body can send confusing signals to the brain, which may lead to a false sense of urgency or cause the bladder to respond in unexpected ways. Some individuals may find that they experience more nighttime awakenings to use the bathroom, even when their overall fluid intake remains the same. This can be a common occurrence and is worth noting. It's great to know that these issues can usually be addressed with some simple lifestyle changes. By reducing frequency, incorporating simple pelvic floor exercises, and being mindful of your body's responses, you can effectively restore control and alleviate unnecessary strain on these essential muscles. If you've experienced some changes in bladder function, such as increased urgency or occasional leakage, it can be helpful to reflect on how your daily habits may be influencing your pelvic floor strength. Making small adjustments can significantly enhance your comfort and boost your confidence. If you're still with us and finding these insights helpful, I'd love for you to comment number 8 below to show your presence. Your engagement means a lot. Your involvement truly motivates me to keep creating content that nurtures your well-being. In conclusion, let's reflect on the key points we've discussed. As we conclude this video, I encourage you to take a moment to think about all the valuable insights we've shared. As we grow older, it's important to recognize that some habits we may have thought were harmless in our youth can lead to unexpected outcomes, and masturbation is one of those habits to consider. Understanding the effects on cardiovascular health, nervous system fatigue, hormone balance, sleep quality, and pelvic floor strength highlights the importance of moderation and awareness in our daily choices. The aim is not to induce any unnecessary concern, but rather to offer helpful insights that empower you to make informed choices regarding your well-being. Your body is constantly sending you messages, and it's important to pay attention to what it's saying. If you've observed shifts in your energy levels, mood, bladder control, or overall satisfaction, taking a moment to reflect on your habits might uncover some patterns you haven't thought about before. Making small adjustments, such as reducing frequency, enhancing your sleep and hygiene, or prioritizing social engagement, can truly make a difference in how you feel each day. It's encouraging to know that many of these effects can be reversed. By paying attention to your body's needs, you can sustain your vitality and confidence as you age gracefully. I'm eager to hear your thoughts and insights. Which of these insights resonated with you the most? Have you observed any of these changes within yourself? Or do you have personal experiences you'd like to share? Your ideas are important, and this is a place where we can grow together through shared learning. We truly appreciate you being here with us today. We are eager to hear your thoughts and feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Please share one thing you learned today and how you intend to incorporate it into your life. Your insights can inspire others. We truly value your thoughts, so please feel free to share them with us. Your comments truly inspire and uplift us, providing the motivation we need to keep going. If you found this video enjoyable and helpful, we would greatly appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and share it with others. Thank you for your support. Your support enables us to keep producing valuable content that informs and inspires you. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we can't wait to connect with you in the next video.